Here's the story. See if you relate to this. Imagine you're in a very busy, large shopping centre. You have in your care a young child, 3 or 4 years old. Perhaps they're your child, perhaps it's your grandchild, perhaps a niece or a nephew. Either way, this is a child who you love and care dearly about. And they are in your sole responsibility. You have to look after them. We've all done it. This child refuses to sit in the buggy. Of course they don't when they're that age. So it's insisting on walking through the busy shopping centre 10 feet behind you. If that's fine, you keep looking around, yeah, fine, fine. Then you get distracted, you bump into someone. And you feel a certain social pressure to have a little chat with this person. Yeah, great. Then after 30 seconds, you look round and the child is not there. You're filled with a sense of, maybe not horror at this point, but alarm. You look for the child, you start looking around. Hundreds of people, you cannot see the child anywhere. Now the alarm is changing to horror. You are filling up with a sense of dread. All social norms are forgotten at this point. Your shopping is dropped, you start running around grabbing people. Have you seen the little girl, little boy? They're blonde, they're whatever they are. You're running around like an idiot. You are filled now with anxiety. At this point, where's my other clicker? Lost it. Anyway, at this point, you are right up here. It doesn't get worse than that because it's not anxiety about you. You're okay. It's anxiety about a defenseless, vulnerable child. And no matter how rational you are, no matter how much training you might have had in this area, no matter how sensible you can be, you can't help but think about Madeleine McCann or Jamie Bulger. All these thoughts flash through your mind as you imagine the worst possible scenario. For the next half an hour, your life is a misery. And when you know, at this point, if someone said to you now, okay, let's do some well-being classes, let's do some yoga, why don't you have a nice holiday? It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to have any impact. It wouldn't do a thing. Well, that's what we're doing. When we're chasing well-being without dealing with the anxiety, it's not going to work. So at this point, life is as bad as you can possibly imagine it now. And then after 30 minutes of torment, through the crowds you see a big friendly security guard hand in hand with your lost child. You run over, you smother them in kisses. You leave the security guard alone, you turn to the child. And you throw yourself to your knees, you hug, you kiss them. Yes, of course it's relief, unbelievable relief. But also at that point, it is the removal of all anxiety. And not just the anxiety about that child, but anything that you could possibly be anxious about at that point in your life has gone. Problems with your job or your relationships, or arguments with neighbours or family members, it's all gone. You're not worried about anything. It's all gone. And for those few moments, few minutes maybe, you are filled with well-being. You didn't have to do anything. It just appeared. It was just there because all the anxiety was taken away. And it might last, who knows, half an hour, you get home, there's tears as you tell other people about it, and then gradually the worries and the anxiety from the other areas of our life creep back in. Okay, but my message to you is that if you can get to this point, if you can remove all the anxiety, or the anxiety, work-life balance just doesn't matter. It's not relevant at all. Clearing out the anxiety is the key to it all. Does that make some sense to you? It's an extreme example, I know, but I think these points are best illustrated through an extreme example.